Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Detox Dudes. Excited to be here on this beautiful sunny day in Portland, Oregon. I was told there was no sun in Portland. I was hesitant to move here. I gotta tell you, it's been like this every day for a few weeks now. Really beautiful. It's making filming hard, that's for sure. I wanted to share a quick recipe with you. I was gonna make this for breakfast and I figured I might as well get it on camera real quick. Super easy, basic, very nutrient dense, and here we go. Honestly, I don't even know what it's called. It's kind of just like a grain pudding. It's like a pudding, to be honest. I got 6 local, organic, free-range, happy chicken eggs. Just the yolks with a splash of sea salt. Soon I'm going to start doing the salt guy. Have you ever seen the salt guy on YouTube where he sprinkles the salt down his arm? I just saw that video today, so I'm going to start doing salt like that. Anyway, the reason we eat the egg yolks raw very often on this detox journey, if you guys are following me and my website, is that the raw egg yolks have the lecithin and the sulfur intact in the egg yolk. Okay, and this is very important stuff for the body in terms of detox. When you cook an egg, you denature the proteins and you lose a lot of the nutrients. Now, the reason we don't have the whole egg raw is because when the egg whites are raw, they have something called avitin, and avitin decreases one of our B vitamins, biotin, which is really important. So over time, compounded, having raw egg whites every single day, you're going to decrease your levels of biotin. So what I do is I eat the egg yolks raw, and then I cook the egg whites in the bars that I showed you in my last video. So this is a little cool pudding that I have for breakfast, and power pudding, we'll call it. You can play around with it. You can use a bunch of different ingredients, but I like just this basic chocolate substance. So 6 egg yolks, sea salt. I have 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil and a tablespoon of melted grass-fed butter. I'm going to pour that in here. As you can see in my videos, this is my favorite combo, is egg yolks, butter, and coconut oil. To me, it just really hits the spot. Really takes care of all the nutrient profiles. You can also use ghee. And another ingredient, by the way, before I forget, that you could add in here is going to be colostrum from Surthrival. And colostrum goes in everything. It can also go in those bars that I showed you. You just put 2 or 3 tablespoons of colostrum in this. But I'm out right now. This is grass-fed whey. It's actually not organic whey. Typically I buy the organic whey. They were sold out yesterday. So just get the organic, but this isn't going to, one bottle of this, 1 jar of this is not going to kill you. They're pretty, from my research, they're pretty healthy, well-treated animals. So I'm going to do a full scoop of this chocolate whey. Next, I'm going to use this wild rice. Now, this wild rice is actually an aquatic grass seed. It's not actually a grain, okay? So it looks very different. And it has more zinc and more protein than any other grain in the world. And it's a little harder to digest, so what I do is I soak it in distilled water for at least 24 to 36 hours before cooking it, and then I cook it for at least 30 to 40 minutes until you can see the sort of seed open up. It looks like rice, you know. So, you know, I call it grain often, but it's actually an aqueous or an aquatic grass seed. But really awesome stuff. So I'm gonna use these aqueous grass seeds to basically have some sort of texture in the pudding. If you just make a pudding without the grains, number 1, it's not as filling, but number 2, wow, that wind's probably gonna mess me up, huh? I gotta get a better mic. number one, it's not as filling when you use the if you don't use the wild rice. But number two, you have less incentive to chew, which is really, really important for this. You don't want to just be putting a big tablespoon of this stuff in your mouth and swallowing it. There's so much going on. There's so many different nutrients that you really need to coat it with your saliva. Okay? And next, we got the Garden of Life plant protein. I'll just use the rest of this. I mean, we're pretty much ready. If I needed to eat this, I could. It's the right texture. You can make it a little more solid with some more cacao. So I'll put a little more cacao in it, but you can see it's like a pudding. And it doesn't look the best, you know. But you'll develop a taste for it and just start loving it over time. I mean, I crave it at this point. It makes me feel full but not bloated, and then it gives me a charge because of all the nutrients in it. And it keeps me full for a long time, so you can take this on the go with you somewhere. You can take this pretty much for, like, you know, this will cover half of your day in terms of your meal. And you'll probably be getting more nutrients in this than you would had you gone to a restaurant and ordered a salad. You can probably eat 3 salads for the entire day, like 3 large salads, and you'll probably get more nutrients in this, especially the nutrients that you need. So that's pretty much all done. I'm about to enjoy this for breakfast / lunch. It's already late. Did my my morning stretch, and I had a nice large juice. So that's it. Power pudding. You can add some stevia in it if you want, but these protein powders already have stevia. I think that's it. Let me think about anything else. We got the things, Colostrum. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So I talk a lot about Truffology on my website and in my, on the YouTube channel, and also in the private Facebook group. And Truffology is the Chinese art of food combining, and they never mix proteins and starches in the same meal. Now, what I've found is that I'm able to tolerate these aqueous grasses, these grains, with raw egg yolks, but I'm not able to tolerate the starchy grains with cooked eggs. So even if I soft poach the eggs, which is really, by the way, anytime you cook the eggs, you want to soft boil them. You can steam them for like 7 minutes and then put them in some cold water for a minute, and the inside yolks will be nice and runny. But yeah, so for me, I found that the raw egg yolks and the grains are fine, but the cooked eggs and the starches are no good. And of course, anything more complex than an egg in terms of protein, like a fish or a meat or a chicken, is a big no-no with grains. So anyway, I am breaking one of the main rules of Truffology here. However, I find that with the raw egg yolks, that it's totally doable and tolerable. Even back 8 months ago, when my digestion was not nearly as strong as it is now. At this point, I can handle anything, but you have to work to that point. Alrighty guys, hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.